Hello friends, most welcome to my YouTube channel Maths by Samit Deshmukh. So today we are starting question number 3 from exercise 3.3. In the last video we have completed first two questions from this exercise, and to solve the example from this exercise we should have to know all the result related with what? Inverse trigonometric function, that what is the domain, what is the range of every inverse trigonometric function, and the properties of inverse trigonometric function. So in this example we have to show that value of this trigonometric expression is equal to minus 3 pi by 4. Means to find out this value, first we have to find out value of sine inverse of 1 by root 2 and then sine inverse of root 3 by 2. After substituting this value, later on we will check whether we will get our result or not. So first we are trying to find out value of what? Sine inverse of 1 by root 2. So let us denote this value say by alpha. Let alpha is equal to sine inverse of 1 by root 2. Just simply I have denoted it by alpha. So we are taking sine on both sides. So on this side we will get sine alpha. If we are taking sine of right hand side, so according to our one property, sine and sine inverse will get cancelled. What we will get here? 1 by root 2. So keep this sine alpha as it is. 1 by root 2 can be replaced by, what is the value of 1 by root 2? 1 by root 2 is nothing but value of sine pi by 4. So this implies that comparing both sides we can say that alpha is equals to what? Pi by 4, and this value alpha means what? Sine inverse of 1 by root 2. Means this is the value of what? Sine inverse of 1 by root 2, and it belongs to minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, means we can say that it belongs to range of sine inverse. So we are able to consider it as what? Principal value. So value of first inverse trigonometric function is known to us. Now we are finding value of sine inverse of root 3 by 2. And let us denote it by beta, and beta is equals to what? Sine inverse of root 3 by 2. So taking sine on both sides, so on this side we will get sine beta, and on this side sine and sine inverse will get cancelled. Remaining term is root 3 by 2. Now you have to check that root 3 by 2 is the value of what? Sine pi by 3, means sine 60. Comparing both sides here we can say that beta will be equals to what? Pi by 3. Beta means value of sine inverse of root 3 by 2. Since it is the value of sine inverse, so we have to check whether it belongs to its range set or not. Yes, we know that we can observe that pi by 3 belongs to minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. That's why we are able to consider it as value of what? Sine inverse. Once both the values are known to us, substitute these values in this left hand side. So we have considered here left hand side sine inverse of 1 by root 2 we have denoted by what? Alpha, minus 3, keep it as it is, and this value we have denoted by what? Beta. So replace it by beta. So what is the value of alpha? Let us denote it by equation number first and this by equation number second. Value of alpha is pi by 4 from equation number first. Keep 3 as it is. Beta is equals to what? Pi by 3 from equation number second. So these values we are substituting from equation first and second. Remaining part is simplification part. Pi by 4, keep it as it is here. 3 will get cancelled, means remaining term is minus pi. Let us take the cross multiplication. Pi minus 4 pi will be minus 3 pi upon 4. So in this way, by considering left hand side, we have shown that its value is equals to what? Right hand side. See, in the example number second, we have to show that value of this left hand side and right hand side are what? Equal. To show that these values are equal, first we have to find out value of what? Sine inverse of minus 1 by 2, then find out value of cos inverse of minus root 3 by 2, and then find out value of what? Cos inverse of minus 1 by 2. And later on we will try to show that value of left hand side and right hand sides are equal. So let us first try to find out value of sine inverse of minus 1 by 2. I am denoting it by alpha. Let alpha is equal to sine inverse of minus 1 by 2. Taking sine on both sides, here we will get sine alpha. On this side we will get minus 1 by 2. So sine alpha, keep it as it is, minus also as it is. We know that 1 by 2 is nothing but value of sine pi by 6, means sine 30. So sine alpha, keep it as it is. Since the value of sine is negative, means definitely it does not lies in what? First quadrant, means definitely it will lie in what? Fourth quadrant, because first and fourth quadrant are the principal value belongs in what? First and fourth quadrant. For which inverse trigonometric function? Sine inverse. So here minus sine theta can be written as sine minus theta. Now comparing both sides, we can say that alpha is equals to minus pi by 6. Alpha means what? Value of first inverse trigonometric function, and we can observe that this value lies in the interval minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Hence we are able to consider it as what? Principal value. Now we are finding value of cos inverse of minus root 3 by 2. Let us denote this value, say, by beta. So now if we are taking cos on both sides, on the left hand side we will get cos beta. If we are taking cos of right hand side, cos and cos inverse will get cancelled. What we will get here? Minus root 3 by 2. So minus, keep it as it is. Root 3 by 2 is nothing but value of what? It is value of cos 30, means cos pi by 6. So which is equal to, but value of cos is negative, means definitely it is not it does not lie in first quadrant, and we know that range of cos inverse is in first and second quadrant, means 0 to pi. So we are searching another value which lie in what? Second quadrant. So value of cos is negative, means definitely it does not lie in first quadrant. So minus cos theta, according to allied angle formulas, can be written as cos pi minus theta. Theta is what here? Pi by 6. So after simplifying it, we will get 5 pi by 6. Cos 5 pi by 6. This is the value of what? Cos beta, implies that beta is equals to, comparing both sides, beta is equal to 5 pi by 6, and we can observe that this value lies in which interval? 0 to pi, which is nothing but range of what? Cos inverse. So we are able to consider it as what? Principal value of this inverse trigonometric function. Lastly, let us try to find out value of cos inverse of minus 1 by 2. I am denoting it by gamma. So, and gamma is equal to cos inverse of minus 1 by 2. Taking cos on both sides, so on this side we will get cos gamma is equals to, on this side cos and cos inverse will get cancelled, remaining term is minus 1 by 2, minus, keep it as it is, 1 by 2 is nothing but value of what? Cos pi by 3. Cos pi by 3 means will be equals to cos 60. So which is equals to, now this value of cos is negative, means it does not lies in first quadrant. So therefore, according to allied angle formulas, minus cos theta can be written as what? Cos pi minus theta, means we are finding the principal value in second quadrant. So which is equal to, take here cross multiplication, see what we will get. 3 pi minus pi is 2 pi by 3. So comparing both sides, we can say that gamma is equal to 2 pi by 3, and we can observe that it belongs to which interval? 0 to pi, means it belongs to range of what? Cos inverse. So that's why we are able to consider it as what? Principal value. So let us denote the value of alpha, say by equation number first, value of beta, say by equation number 2, and value of gamma by equation number 3. Now we are considering this left hand side, and simplifying left hand side, let us check whether we will get right hand side or not. So which is equal to sine inverse of minus 1 by 2, we have denoted it by alpha, cos inverse we have denoted by what? Beta. So let us try to find out its addition. What is the value of alpha? Minus pi by 6 according to equation number first, and value of beta. Beta is how much? Beta is equals to 5 pi by 6 from equation second, 5 pi by 6. So which is equal to, now denominators are same, so take the addition of numerator. 5 pi by 6, 5 pi minus pi will be equals to how much? 4 pi. These values we have substituted from equation first and second. So which is equal to, we can check that numerator and denominator both are divisible by 2. If we are dividing to numerator by 2, we will get 2 pi, and if we are dividing to denominator by 2, we will get 3. So which is equal to, now we can observe that 2 pi by 3, 2 pi by 3 is nothing but value of what? Gamma. So 2 pi by 3 is value of gamma from which equation? From equation number 3. But gamma is nothing but what? Gamma is equal to what? Cos inverse of minus 1 by 2. And in this way, by considering this left hand side, we have got our required result means right hand side. Means we have shown that left hand side is equal to what? Right hand side. So here we are discussing one of the very important example. Now if you'll observe the left hand side, here one term of sine inverse is there and another term of cos inverse is there, and required result is in terms of what? Sine inverse. The method which you are applying to solve this example can also be applied in all these different cases. Now if we can observe that on the left hand side, one term is of sine inverse, another term is of what? Cos inverse. Instead of this, if both the terms are of what? Sine inverse, or both the terms are of cos inverse, means both the terms are of what? Sine inverse, or it contains both the terms of cos inverse, or if the left hand side contain one term of sine inverse and another term of cos inverse, or first term is cos inverse and second term is sine inverse. In all these cases, same method we are applying. Now what is the right hand side? As I stand here, right hand side is in terms of sine inverse. May be possible that right hand side is in terms of sine inverse or what? Cos inverse. In all these cases, same method is applied. Now try to understand how to solve this example. So in this case, let us denote this first term by alpha. Let alpha is equals to sine inverse of 3/5. If we are taking sine on both sides, so here we will get sine alpha is equals to 3/5. On this side, if you are taking sine and sine inverse will get cancelled. Once the value of sine alpha is known to us, so using trigonometric identities, we are able to find out value of what? Cos alpha. So therefore, cos alpha, can I write cos alpha as under root 1 minus sine square alpha? Because after simplifying it, we will get cos alpha. 1 minus sine square alpha is cos square alpha. Cos square alpha outside the root will become what? Cos alpha. So which is equals to under root 1 minus, replace sine alpha by its value. What is its value? 3/5. Keep the square as it is. So which is equal to under root 1 minus, what is square of 3/5? 9/25. If we are simplifying it, see what we will get. 25 minus 9 is 16 upon 25, which is equal to, if we are taking square root, here we will get 4/5. So in this way we have got the value of what? We have got the value of cos alpha. Now consider second term. So denote it by beta, and let beta is equals to what? Cos inverse of 12/13. So taking cos on both sides, so here we will get cos beta. On this side, cos of cos inverse, means cos and cos inverse will get cancelled. Remaining term is 12/13. Once the value of cos beta is known to us, find out what? Sin beta. So therefore sin beta, again apply identity here. Sin beta can be written as 1 minus cos square beta. Again observe here, 1 minus cos square beta is sin square beta. Sin square beta outside the root will become sin beta. So let us simplify it. 1 minus, I am replacing cos beta by its value, that is 12/13. So which is equals to under root 1 minus, what is square of 12? That is 144. Square of 13 is 169. So which is equal to, see what we will get. 169 minus 144 is 25 upon 169. If we are taking square root, it will become 5/13. Now hope the ideas are very clear to you. If the value of sin inverse is given, from this we will get sin alpha, from sin alpha we will get what? Cos alpha. अगर sin inverse के जगह पे cos inverse दिया तो आपको cos alpha मिलेगा, और cos alpha से आप क्या फाइंड कर सकते हो? sin alpha. Means getting it, if sin inverse is given, we are able to convert it in terms of sin alpha, and sin alpha in terms of what? Cos. अगर cos दिया है तो we are getting value of cos, and from this cos we are able to find out value of what? Sin. Important thing, in all examples we have to find out value of sin alpha, cos alpha, sin beta, cos beta, using what? Given condition. Once these values are known to us, now observe our required result. What is our required result? Required result is in terms of what? Sin inverse. If the result is in terms of sin inverse, so therefore, so then consider here what? Sin, because sin on this side will become what? Sin inverse, or sin can be eliminated just simply taking sin inverse on both sides. Okay, we have taken sin. Why we have taken here sin? Because right hand side is in terms of what? Sin inverse. Getting it? अगर ये right hand side cos inverse में है तो यहाँ पे हम क्या लेंगे? cos लेंगे, getting it? अब ये ब्रैकेट में क्या लेना है? So observe first two term. This term we have denoted by alpha and this term we have denoted by beta, and both the terms are connected by what? Plus. So here what we will get? Alpha, first term is alpha प्लस सेकेंड टर्म इज बीटा. अगर यहाँ पे माइनस है तो यहाँ पे भी माइनस लेंगे, गेटिंग इट? सो विच इज इक्वल्स टू, नाउ वी नो दैट sin alpha plus beta can be written as what? According to compound angle formula is sin alpha into cos beta plus cos alpha into sin beta. So which is equal to, remaining part is just to substitute the value. What is the value of sin alpha here? 3 by 5 into cos beta is what? 12 by 13 plus cos alpha. What is the value of cos alpha? 4 by 5 into sin beta. What is the value of sin beta? That is 5 by 13. Okay, now let us simplify it. So which is equals to, if you'll observe here, so okay, let us simplify it. Check that denominator of both the terms are same. 13 into 5 will be 65, and in the numerator 12 3s are 36, plus here 13 5s are 65 and 5 4s are 20. So since denominators are same, that's why we are taking addition of numerator. Check what addition we are getting here. Now here, sorry, 5 4s are what? 20. So now 20 plus 36 will be equals to what? 56. तो हमें ये जो नंबर है यहाँ पे, ये नंबर मिलना चाहिए. At that time we can say that our answer is what? Correct. Now this is the value of what? This is the value of sin alpha plus beta, isn't it? Now to eliminate this sign, we are taking sin inverse on both sides. See what we'll get if we are taking sin inverse on this side. Sin and sin inverse will get cancelled. Remaining term is what? Alpha plus beta. And if we are taking sin inverse on right hand side, on the right hand side we will get sin inverse of 56 divided by what? 65. So this implies that now alpha can be replaced by its value. What is the value of alpha? That is sin inverse of 3 by 5. And what is beta? Beta is nothing but cos inverse of 12 by 13. On this right hand side, sin inverse of 56 upon 65, keep it as it is and check that is it the result which we have to prove. So okay, so in this way we have shown that this left hand side is equal to what? Right hand side. Hope the method is very clear to you. In all these cases we have to use same method. अगर sin inverse दिया है तो उससे आपको sin alpha मिलेगा, sin alpha से cos alpha मिलेगा. अगर cos inverse दिया है, if you are denoting it by beta, so we will get cos beta. From cos beta we are able to find out sin beta. So आपके पास 4 वैल्यूज अवेलेबल हो जाएंगे, sin alpha, cos alpha, sin beta, cos beta. Then observe the right hand side. अगर right hand side में sin inverse है तो यहाँ पे sin से start करो. अगर यहाँ पे cos inverse था तो यहाँ पे cos से start करो. Getting it? If these two terms are connected by plus, here write down plus. If two terms are connected by minus, write down here minus. Means same method we are applying. Means either here plus or minus, maybe plus or minus is there. Plus है तो आप plus लेके solve करो, minus है तो माइनस लेके सॉल्व करो. बट इन ऑल दीज केसेस सेम मेथड इज एप्लीकेबल. See, in this example we have to show that addition of these two terms is pi by 2. We have some identities in which right hand side is what? Pi by 2. One of them is what? Sin inverse of x plus cos inverse of x is equal to what? Pi by 2. That sin inverse of x plus cos inverse of x is equals to what? Pi by 2. And here also our right hand side is what? Pi by 2. See, if one inverse trigonometric function is given to us, we are able to find out its values in remaining 5 inverse trigonometric function. Getting it? तो यहाँ पे हमें चॉइस है, either convert first term in terms of sin inverse or convert second term in terms of what? Sin inverse. If we are able to convert this term in terms of sin inverse, then sin inverse of x plus cos inverse of x, if we are able to arrange the term in the form of this property, then according to this property we will get our required result, what? Pi by 2. So let us make the use of this identity here. So I am trying to convert first term in terms of what? Sin inverse. So denote this first term say by alpha. Let alpha is equal to cos inverse of 3 by 5. If we are taking cos on both sides, so cos alpha is equal to what? 3 by 5. Just simply we have taken cos on both sides. Now convert this cos in terms of sine. So therefore sine alpha according to identity can be written as under root 1 minus cos square alpha. So which is equals to under root 1, keep it as it is, replace cos alpha by its value, that is 3 by 5, keep this whole bracket square as it is, under root 1 minus, what is square of 3 by 5, will be equals to 9 upon 25. So which is equals to under root, if we are taking cross multiplication, let us see what we will get. 25 minus 9 is 16 upon 25. If we are taking square root, so what we will get here, 4 by 5. Now observe here, what is the value of sine alpha is equal to 4 by 5. If we are taking sine inverse on both sides, so on this side if we are taking sine inverse, then sine inverse and sine will get cancelled, remaining term is alpha, and on this side we will get sine inverse of 4 by 5. But alpha means what? Alpha is nothing but what? Cos inverse. So replace this cos by alpha by cos inverse of 3 by 5. Keep the right hand side as it is. Means what we are observing here, we have converted this cos inverse in terms of what? Sine inverse. So this long method we have utilized in case of objective type question. Hardly within 2 or 3 seconds we are able to find out value of cos inverse in terms of sine inverse. Later on we will discuss on it. Now once the value of cos inverse in terms of sine inverse is known to us, consider this left hand side. So now we are considering left hand side. What is our left hand side? Cos inverse of 3 by 5 plus cos inverse of 4 by 5. So which is equals to, now cos inverse of 3 by 5 is equals to what? Sine inverse of 4 by 5. Already we have proved it. So substitute the value of cos inverse of 3 by 5 is equal to sine inverse of what? 4 by 5. This value we are substituting from equation number first. So give here reason from equation first. Now here we can observe that in both the terms, check that value of x is same. If I am considering 4 by 5 as x, here also 4 by 5 is there. So means terms are exactly in the form of that property. So according to that property, its value is equal to what? Pi by 2. If you want, give the reason here, sine inverse of x plus cos inverse of x will be equals to what? Pi by 2. Applying this property, we have got our required result, and here right hand side is what? Pi by 2. In the example number 5th, we have to prove that the value of tan inverse of 1 by 2 plus tan inverse of 1 by 3 is equals to what? Pi by 4. If you will observe the terms are in the form of what? Tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y. And to find out the sum of two terms of tan inverse, we will have three properties, and one of the properties what? Tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y is equal to tan inverse of x plus y upon 1 minus xy. When this property is applicable, if this x and y both are positive and product of xy is what? Less than 1. In this case, our example satisfies this condition. That's why we are solving the example applying this property. Check what is the value of x? 1 by 2. Is it positive? Yes. Value of y is 1 by 3. It is also positive, means x and y are positive. And what is product of x and y? 1 by 2 into 1 by 3. 1 by 6. 1 by 6 means 0 point something, and that value is less than 1. So that's why we are able to apply this property to solve this example. According to this property, tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y can be written as what? Tan inverse of x plus y. What is x? 1 by 2 plus y. Y is what? 1 by 3. In the denominator, 1 minus xy. X is what? 1 by 2 into what? 1 by 3. So which is equal to, keep this tan inverse as it is. Let us simplify the numerator. Take the cross multiplication. 3 plus 2 is 5, and in the denominator 2 into 3 is equal to 6. Here 1, keep it as it is, minus 1 by 6. Just simply we have taken this product here. So which is equal to tan inverse of, keep this 5 by 6 as it is. In the denominator, again take the cross multiplication. 6 minus 1 will be equals to 5. 5 by 6. So which is equal to tan inverse of 5 by 6 upon 5 by 6 is 1, and we know that tan inverse of 1 is equals to what? Pi by 4. And that is nothing but the value which we have to find, which we have to prove here. So we have shown that addition of these two terms will be equals to what? Pi by 4. So now observe in the example number 6, what we have to show that value of 2 tan inverse of 1 by 3 is equal to tan inverse of 3 by 4. So we are considering left hand side. So 2 tan inverse of 1 by 3. So twice tan inverse of 1 by 3 can be written as what? Tan inverse of 1 by 3 plus tan inverse of 1 by 3. So that we are able to apply which property? Tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y. Here we can say that x is 1 by 3, y is also 1 by 3, means both are positive, and their product 1 into 3 into 1 into 3 will be 1 by 9, means its value is 0 point something, means definitely it will be less than 1, means all the condition in this property are satisfying. So we are able to solve, or we are able to find out this addition applying this property. According to this property, what result we will get? Tan inverse of x plus y, means 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 divided by 1 minus xy. X is also 1 by 3 and y is also 1 by 3. Just we have substituted the value of x and y in this property. Let us simplify it. Tan inverse of, in the numerator 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 is 2 by 3. In the denominator 1 minus 1 by 3 into 1 by 3 is 1 by 9. So which is equals to tan inverse of, in the numerator 2 by 3, keep it as it is. In the denominator, if we are taking cross multiplication, 9 minus 1 means we will get 8 by 9. So which is equals to tan inverse, keep it as it is, this 2 by 3 also as it is. This term is divided, 8 by 9 is divided here. If we are multiplying, then it will become what? 9 by 8. So which is equals to, let us simplify tan inverse of 2 1s are 2 4s are 3 1s are 3 3s are. So in the numerator 3 into 1 is 3, in the denominator 4 into 1 is 4. So what we have got here? 3 by 4. And is it our required result? Tan inverse of 3 by 4. In this way, considering left hand side, we have shown that its value is equal to what? Right hand side. So now we are solving example number 7th. In the 7th example, we have to show that value of this left hand side is equal to pi by 4 plus theta. So we have considered left hand side. Such type of example even we have seen in differentiation also and integration also. So which is equals to, in such example we are trying to convert, if here tan inverse is there and here one trigonometric expression appears, then solving this trigonometric expression we are trying to convert it in terms of tan, so that tan and tan inverse will get what? Cancel, according to our which property? Tan inverse of tan theta is equal to theta. So let us try to convert it in terms of tan. For that purpose, we are dividing to numerator by cos theta and denominator also by what? Cos theta. So here we are dividing to numerator by cos theta. That's why we are dividing to denominator also by what? Cos theta. So let us see what we'll get here after simplifying. So tan inverse, keep it as it is, cos upon cos will be 1, sin upon cos will be equals to tan theta. In the denominator, cos upon cos is 1. Here plus is there, and in the denominator sin upon cos will be equals to what? Tan theta. So which is equals to tan inverse, keep it as it is. Now can I replace 1 by tan pi by 4? Why we are trying to exist the term of pi by 4? Because in our required result pi by 4 appears. That's why we are writing 1 as what? Tan pi by 4. Mine plus tan theta, keep it as it is. In the denominator 1, keep it as it is, minus also as it is. Here nothing is in the multiple of tan theta, means 1 is always there, and 1 can be written as what? Tan pi by 4 into this tan theta, keep it as it is. Again, if we are replacing tan pi by 4 by 1, we will get the same expression. So which is equals to, see what we have tried here, we are trying to arrange the term in the form of compound angle formula, or which is also called as addition subtraction formula. Here terms are in the form of tan A plus tan B upon 1 minus tan A into tan B, which is nothing but value of what? Tan A plus B. A is what here? Pi by 4 plus B. B is what here? Theta. So tan and tan inverse will get cancelled. Remaining term is pi by 4 plus theta. ऐसे tan and tan inverse will not get cancelled. हम याद रखने के लिए ऐसा बोलते हैं कि that tan and tan inverse will get cancelled. It is nothing but one of our property that tan inverse of tan x will be equals to what? X. But to remember, for understanding, we are just saying that tan and tan inverse will get cancelled. So well, in this way we have got what? right hand side. So using left hand side, we have shown that its value is equal to what? Right hand side. So in this example, let us consider this left hand side, and simplifying it, we will try to show that its value is equal to theta by 2 means right hand side. Here also we can observe that here tan inverse is there and one trigonometric expression appears here. If we are able to convert it in terms of tan, so then tan inverse and tan will get what? Cancel according to our one property. So then 1 minus cos theta according to half angle formula can be replaced by what? 2 sine square theta by 2, and 1 plus cos theta can be replaced by 2 cos square theta by 2. Just simply we are applying here half angle formulas. After cancelling 2 from numerator and denominator, now observe the remaining term, sine square upon cos square. Sine square upon cos square will be equals to what? Tan square theta by 2. So which is equal to, now tan inverse, keep it as it is, tan square theta by 2 outside the root will become what? Tan theta by 2. Now the terms are in the form of which property? Tan inverse of tan x will be equals to x. X means what? Theta by 2, which is nothing but our required result. In this way, we have completed all the example from exercise 3.3. In the next video, we are starting miscellaneous exercise of this chapter.